Hello, welcome back to the Temple of the Holy Beard. If this is your first time tuning in, I hope you enjoy this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, stay tuned, stay informed of future videos. If you're returning, great, glad to have you, glad to see you, glad you're here. If you enjoy this video, be sure to hit the hit the like button, the thumbs up like button, to let me know what you think. And anything that's on your mind, any feedback for something I say, let me know in the comments. Everything you do, and as far as like, subscribe, comment, all that shows your support, shows that you want me making these videos, and I'm going to keep making more. I appreciate that. Your feedback helps to motivate me to keep going. Thank you. Anyway, purpose of this video is a little something that's in the news. I mentioned before, I'm going to try to do a combination of sermons, life advice, education, and news. I'm biting off a lot, so let's see how that goes. Before you ask, I hope you watched my previous video, talked about why my eye's swollen. Yeah, I just recorded that a couple minutes ago, so nothing's changed. If you watch that, if you're not sure, tune in to the previous video. It has some good information. Yeah, in the meantime, it is what it is. It'll get better in a couple days. Thank you for your concern. Anyway, okay, so today's news is about a concern, a trend on TikTok. And this trend is going viral. Some of these posts have seen 25 million plus views. I don't know everything that happens on TikTok, but it's getting views, it's getting reshared, it's getting posts, and people are following their advice. Because all the geniuses are on TikTok, and everything you see on TV must be true. This trend is called mouth taping. Mouth taping. And the idea is that if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're snoring and you're bothering your partners, then tape your mouth shut before you go to sleep, because that'll stop the snoring and that'll help you sleep better. That's the idea. It's not true. So if you want to look it up for yourself, if you're on TikTok, use the hashtag MouthTaping, all one word, and it will bring up these videos. Because from the same platform that brought you eating dish soap and many other crazy things, now we have mouth taping to treat snoring. So, doctors / people who actually know what they're talking about, hint, they're not on TikTok, they're saying don't do it. For one thing, if you have a medical condition that's causing your mouth breathing, your snoring while you're sleeping, taping your mouth shut is probably going to make it worse. So don't do it. And a lot of this snoring that's happening is happening because of health problems or breathing problems. Could be your weight, it could be the way that you're laying. If you lay on your back, you're more likely to snore. If you sleep on your side and you're snoring, it's probably not your position, it's probably something else. So if you follow this genius trend on TikTok called mouth taping, risks include obstructive breathing. Essentially, you're covering your mouth. That's a hole that you need to be able to breathe through, and you're covering up. You're limiting yourself to your nose, which can get a little blocked up while you sleep anyway. It's also possible that you'll subconsciously wake up in the middle of the night because your subconscious thinks that you're in danger of suffocating because your mouth is taped shut. You may not realize it. You may wake up and then go back to sleep. So when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be tired because you got poor quality sleep, because you woke up who knows how many times. Your subconscious could keep you in a closer level of sleep, a lighter sleep, because it's concerned about this, concerned about you dying. It's trying to keep you alive, and having your mouth taped. Anybody with intelligence is concerned about that, to include your subconscious, who may be smarter than you are on the surface. So if your intuition is trying to look out for you, it's usually a good idea to listen to it. Usually. Another concern is that if you have sleep apnea, it could make it worse. Now, the interesting thing is that research suggests that something like 25 million people, I guess that's in the world, it might be in the U.S., 25 million people have sleep apnea, and most of them don't even know it. Based on what I've read, that 25 million is probably in the U.S., probably not the entire world. Other articles that I've read suggest that it could be quite a bit higher than that. Let's use that again. So you could have sleep apnea and don't even know it. That's a concern. Sleep apnea is just basically means that you're having trouble sleeping. You're having breathing problems while you're sleeping. Again, I'm not a doctor. This isn't medical advice. That's my own knowledge from my own research over the years, and I've researched a lot of things. If I'm concerned about something, I research it, and I suggest you do the same thing. Don't rely on videos to educate you, although my videos are going to be pretty good, but not everybody's are. Another concern from mouth taping is irritation from the tape. So depending on what kind of tape you are, it may not be hypoallergenic. You may just have there's chemicals in that glue. It's not made like it used to be. So sticking the glue on your skin for long periods of time can cause irritations. If it's a glue that you're allergic to, you can have an allergic reaction, like my eye, or worse. If it's bad enough, you could have an allergic reaction in your sleep, and that could go very badly. So that's a concern. Another concern is, just like I said before, disruptions in your sleep. By having your mouth covered could cause you to wake up periodically, repeatedly throughout the night, and then you don't get much sleep, and what you do get is low quality. You wake up feeling crappy in the morning, tired, whatnot. So that's a concern. But in general, like I said, these doctors that know what they're talking about. We're talking about sleep doctors that study sleep, that give advice on good quality sleep. These guys know what they're talking about, guys, gals, whatever. When I say guy, it's unisex. It's whatever you want to say. It's everybody. That's a coming video of how we need to. Anyway, so mouth taping. Don't do it. Advice to do instead. Get yourself on a sleep schedule. A lot of people nowadays, with our busy life and electronics and our social media-ing and talking and texting and whatnot, a lot of people nowadays don't have a sleep schedule. They go to sleep eventually and then wake up when they have to go to work. It's not good. That's not healthy. Healthy way to do it is, figure out what time you need to be awake for what time you're doing, for what you're doing in the morning, and then do the math. I know you don't like math. Do the math. Count back the number of hours of sleep that you need, and then add a little extra to allow time for you to actually fall asleep, and make that your bedtime. Now, your body knows how much rest it needs, and it will try to stay asleep until you need to wake up to be healthy and restored. But we live in an age of alarm clocks that will jar you awake, which that's unhealthy. Slamming you awake is not good, especially when your body wasn't ready to wake up. So experts recommend that an adult being anywhere between the age 18 to about 60, they say needs 7 hours of sleep. Now, I grew up being taught you needed 8 hours of sleep. Now, based on my personal experience, that's an individual thing. So you can pay attention to your body and figure out how many hours you actually need. I know how many hours I need to make me feel good. If I don't get that many, I wake up feeling pretty rough, pretty tired, might be dragging. It's not a good morning. If you're waking up and you're tired and you need coffee to get you going, you're not getting enough sleep, or you're not getting enough good quality sleep. And again, if you're very concerned about it, go see a doctor right away. Don't delay. If you want to try to work with it a little bit on your own, I have some tips here that you can follow, which do include getting enough sleep. I suggest starting with 8 hours of good quality sleep. So figure out what time you need to be awake by, maybe allow a little bit of a buffer timeline, and count back 8 hours. That's when you need to be falling asleep in bed. So if you like to lay in bed and read, or do something for a little while first, allow a little bit extra time. And when your body's had enough rest and it's in that point, the wake up point in your circadian rhythm, it will just naturally wake you up. And when you naturally wake up in the morning, get up. Get out of bed, start your day. I know that includes Saturdays, Sundays, and any day that you may not be working. Nowadays, we like to sleep in on the weekends. Hey, it's good to rest. It's good to rest once in a while, especially if you're not getting enough sleep. A little bit extra can feel good. However, if you're not getting enough sleep on a normal day, on a weekday, sleeping in on the weekend isn't going to fix it. You might feel a little bit more rested that day, but 1 or 2 days of additional sleep is not going to make up for poor quality or insufficient sleep the other 5 days of the week. Okay, you need to get in a schedule that's 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and stick with it. That includes, just waking up on the weekends. And funny thing is, I'm picturing my grandparents who, they grew up in a different time, and they were on this schedule. And I thought it was weird, and, as a kid, spending time with them, that, they would go to bed at the same time every night, and then they would wake up every day. And if you get yourself in that rhythm, you don't necessarily even need an alarm clock. Personally, I say set it anyway, just in case. But, your body will naturally wake you up when it's at that point in your sleep cycle. It'll wake you up, and you'll be feeling good. You'll be feeling energized, and it'll actually decrease heart health problems. Poor quality sleep can lead to a list of health problems, to include heart problems, enlarged heart. You kind of need your heart. Take care of your heart. Poor quality sleep, breathing problems, it can make your heart work harder trying to circulate oxygen through your system. That can cause your heart to enlarge, to get bigger, and work harder. And just like anything, it will wear out over time. The harder it works, the larger it is, the sooner it's going to wear out. The sooner it's going to quit functioning. So take care of it. Take care of yourself. Take care of your heart. Poor quality sleep can, like I said, in the long run, cause a list of health problems. I don't have time to get into all of them. Instead, like I said, go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, 7 days a week. Get yourself in a cycle. You'll feel good. You'll thank me. It's going to be rough for a while, and don't rush it. Don't rush yourself to get to sleep. Don't stress yourself out because you're not going to sleep. If you have to lay there for a while before you fall asleep, that's okay. Wake up when you're scheduled to wake up, and then go to bed when you're scheduled to go to bed, and just stick with it. It might take a month, it might take 2 months, but your body will adjust as long as you're allowing enough hours for it to go through its normal cycle. Now, if you do that for a while, if you do that for 2 months or so, and you're still feeling like you're getting poor quality sleep, and you're snoring, whatever else, see your doctor. Talk to your doctor about it. They might recommend a sleep specialist for you. Those people know what they're doing. This is what they do for a living. They study it, and they'll do different tests on you. Don't worry, it's nothing that's going to hurt. One case, they just study how you sleep. You go to sleep, and they put machines on you and whatnot. They study you for a night, and then they'll give you a report on it and give you some advice. It's good information. I kind of feel like everybody should do it, whether you think you need it or not. But you know, your doctor's going to have to point you in that direction. You can't. Well, I guess you could walk in and do a sleep study. You just have to pay for it out of pocket. Insurance may not cover it if a doctor doesn't recommend it. Anyway, I'm rambling. Another thing you can do to help with sleep quality is unwind before bed. If you have a busy life, you're running the kids around to soccer practice, you're rushing taking care of the farm, maybe you were chopping firewood before bed. You know, if you go from that high-paced, your heart rate's up, you're moving, you got a lot on your mind, and then you try to just lay down and expect to just fall asleep, probably not going to happen. Or if you do fall asleep, it's going to be low quality sleep, which is going to go back to contributing to your problems. So unwind before bed. Give yourself an hour or so, more time if you need it. Try not to go less than an hour. Most people, you know, you need an hour to really unwind and relax. Drink some chamomile tea if you need to. Whatever you can do. Meditation if it helps you relax. Reading a book can be helpful. Whatever helps you to unwind. Do it for a good period of time before you lay down in bed. Try to avoid doing these things in bed, unless you just like to meditate and it helps you fall asleep. You know, whatever. I'll do future videos on meditation, so don't jump to conclusions just because I'm using a word that might make you feel uncomfortable. It's nothing weird. I'll do a future video about different types of meditation. Avoid electronics. Modern electronics use different light spectrums, including something called blue light. And this blue light, when your eyes see it, your brain translates it into sunlight. And natural health rhythm says when the sun is up, you need to be up, you need to be outside working. Humans have done that for thousands of years. When the sun is up, you're outside hunting, gathering, building, you're doing something. You need to be outside. So if the sun's up, you need to be awake, you need to be moving. So when your eyes and your brain see that blue light, it keeps you awake, keeps you moving, keeps you going. It's not a good thing when you're trying to go to sleep. So the one thing you can do is just avoid electronics altogether. Just turn it off. Read a book, a traditional book with paper. You know, for one thing, that can help you to unwind. It doesn't have that blue light. You know, if you're into high-tech stuff and you like to get technical around the house, you can actually get light bulbs that are smart lights where you can adjust the spectrum. Some of them, I've seen you can put a timer on it where certain times a day it will turn off the blue light. Now, walking around the house, you probably won't even notice the difference. The light might be slightly dimmer, but you probably won't even notice the difference. It's just going to turn off that blue light that's telling your brain that you need to be up and moving, and that can help you to fall asleep. It's not quite the equivalent of being outside. You know, and in human biology, if you're outside, the sun starts going down, your body starts getting tired because it's a sign that you need to get inside, get into shelter, and start getting ready to go to sleep. Same goes for waking up. If you have trouble waking up in the morning, try leaving your curtains open, depending on what time you have to get out of bed in the morning. If you're getting up when the sun is up or as the sun's getting up, after the sun's up, having those curtains open will allow the sunlight into your room. And even though you're asleep, your brain will recognize it, and that will work as a natural alarm clock. As long as you've gotten sufficient hours of sleep, that can help to gently wake you up, which is a heck of a lot better than that alarm clock jarring you awake, which is not healthy. But we got to do what we got to do. If you know, modern electronics, these smartphones, tablets, whatnot, oftentimes have a setting where you can turn off blue light. If you have an older model, look for an app that you can install to turn off the blue light. Personally, I like to keep it on all the time because, that way I don't have to worry about turning it on and off. A lot of them have an adjustment where it recognizes the amount of light in the room, and it will automatically adjust the brightness of your screen down to a more healthy level, to adapt to how bright it is in the room. It may be an additional setting to turn off the blue light, but look through your phone, see what it has, and adjust accordingly. Avoid caffeine. Experts recommend that you avoid caffeine for 8 hours before bed. But pay attention to yourself. My suggestion is pay attention to yourself and see what works for you. Personally, I've found that I try to have my caffeine in the morning. I use my timeline as noon, generally, of just try not to have any caffeine after noon. Same goes for sugary drinks. Whether you get your caffeine in a soda or a coffee really doesn't make a difference. Caffeine's caffeine. Coffee is known for having health benefits, so long as you don't fill it full of junk. Coffee can be healthy for you, but experts do recommend that you drink your coffee, for the most part, first thing in the morning. Within an hour or so of when you wake up is when you seem to get the most health benefits, when it seems to help you the most. And then, try to stay to 2 cups a day or less. Try not to drink coffee all day long. Try not to drink more than 2 cups, because it can, for one thing, there's such a thing as too much of a good thing, and it can also disrupt your sleep patterns. You may not realize that you're sleeping poorly until you've gotten a few good nights of sleep. So there's that. Like I said before, be patient. Try not to force yourself to go to sleep. Try not to get stressed because you're not falling asleep. Just do what works for you, to focus on relaxation. Relax before getting into bed, unwind before getting into bed, and then when you do get into bed, stay with those relaxation exercise, whatever it is that works for you. I might put a video out in the future talking about relaxation exercises. I probably will. And I'll probably try to put one out specifically relating to the bedtime routine. But there's also a lot of good videos. There's a lot of good articles of things that you can do to help you relax and unwind before bed. So find what works for you. Stick with it. You might check out these TikTok mouth taping videos just to get a laugh. But remember, these are not experts. These people don't know what they're talking about, and do not do it. Pass this information on to anybody you know who is subject to the conditioning of social media. If you know somebody who likes to do what they tell them to do on social media, maybe have a talk with them, explain to them that it's not good. Teach your kids, teach your grandkids, help anybody you can't help. This is not a good thing to do. Do not tape your mouth shut. Okay? If you have any questions, concerns, feedback, please let me know in the comments. I enjoy your comments. I pay attention to them. Let's get some chats going between, if you see somebody that posted a comment and you have something to say to them, say it. Don't be a jerk. Rule number 1. Don't be a jerk. But try to give constructive criticism. Help me, help us. Let's work together as a community to make the world a better place. Again, I'm Pastor Dave from Temple of the Holy Beard. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Pastor Dave from Temple of the Holy Beard. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.